This episode is brought to you by Relive Health, a modern wellness clinic helping you look and feel your best from the inside out. From peptides and hormone optimization to vitamin therapy, their team makes proactive health simple and approachable. Visit Relive Gaithersburg to start your personalized wellness journey today.
When you started your career, you were doing executive admin type work.
Yeah.
Right? And you were taking meeting minutes and doing those things.
That
right?
was terrible.
Right? That job doesn't exist anymore.
No, it
AI
doesn't.
can do that 100%.
Yeah.
Right? And call center work, AI is getting better. It'll do that 90% tier one, right? And you start to think about all the other, financial analysts, research analysts, like all these things that people were doing, especially entry level college jobs.
Okay.
Those AI is getting pretty good at.
Welcome to Married to the Startup. I'm Alicia McKenzie, a wellness entrepreneur and digital creator. Alongside me is my amazing husband, George, the CEO who's always ready for a new challenge. We've been navigating marriage and running startups for over a decade, and we're here to share the real, unfiltered journey with you. Join us for insights and candid conversations about integrating love, family, and entrepreneurship. This is Married to the Startup, where every day is a new adventure. Welcome to episode 55 of Married to the Startup. I'm your host, Alicia McKenzie.
I am the co-host, Fitzgerald Grant, the third McKenzie.
Fitzgerald.
No.
Hi, baby.
Jorge.
He's so sweet. Give me my baby. I miss him.
He's back.
I miss him.
You do not.
It's the week before Christmas.
It is Christmas shopping abundance.
This is why we travel for Christmas, so I don't have to do this shit.
I'm almost done with the boys.
This is more than I signed up for.
Yeah, right. You've done this every year, and every year you complain the same.
No.
I don't understand.
We don't do this every year.
We do. We go on trips every year, and yet we still have the same Christmas experience. It's still the same number of presents.
It's not.
It is.
I feel like this year it's more.
It's not.
And I thought I was like ahead of the game.
Well, that may be your common mistake. Thinking you were ahead, which you took your foot off the gas, and now you're behind.
I did. I'm behind.
Yeah.
I'm behind, and everything feels very frenetic, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
I feel under control, calm as a cucumber.
That's because you're not doing anything.
I'm shopping for two boys.
The day of, like, Christmas Eve, you're going to be out at frickin' Walmart.
Well, once I didn't. Last year I had a spreadsheet, which kept it easy. Now I have a feeling I've got more presents for one than the other, which is a problem.
Yeah.
But I won't know that until I.
You know who has nothing?
Ava.
Baby Maya.
She's got her Gabby dollhouse.
She's got a Hey Gabby dollhouse, and that is it.
Well, maybe she's your ward. When it comes to Christmas, that's your ward. I've got the boys. You've got the girls.
Anyways, today we're going to do a little bit of a hot take on today's episode.
Hot takes.
In the sense that there's a lot going on, like trending right now, and it's
trending on social media.
Trending everywhere.
Okay.
Social media, other podcasts, in the news, which are regular news stations like still relevant?
I think so. Maddox watches Tom Lamas every night.
You can't base.
Well, that and you don't get local news on social media.
No.
I don't think so, unless you follow people
I do.
Local to you.
Yeah, I do. I follow like all of the Washington, D.C. news cycles.
Right, but do you think everybody does that?
And I follow like...
So if you follow the Washington news cycle, then it's basically you get the same thing that's on the news.
Yeah.
You're just getting in a different format.
No, like there's a bunch of different like Washingtonian Instagram accounts that I follow, and I also follow them on Twitter, or X, I'm sorry. And right. I follow like Dulles Airport on X, which is why I knew when that plane was leaving for Japan that it like sparked a brush fire. I knew that right away between Reddit aviation threads and the Dulles Instagram feed.
Maybe you should stay off of Reddit.
I love
aviation.
I love Reddit.
I'm sure you do.
It makes me so happy.
Lots of unqualified people being able to say whatever they want.
What makes you assume they're all unqualified?
I didn't say they all are, but
you just said
think
lots
the vast majority of
qualified.
There's not that many qualified people that are on Reddit.
I don't believe that to be true.
Okay.
Jake's on Reddit.
I think that speaks for itself. He's not qualified on a lot of things.
We love you, Jake.
Yeah. If he's talking about AI, he's probably credible. But outside of that, probably not.
I mean, he's got valid, strong opinions.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah. I love Reddit. Don't hate on it.
I know you do.
Don't hate on it.
I know you do.
I actually get a lot of my peptide information from Reddit.
Wow.
I do.
That explains a lot.
Whatever. Even Nikki was telling me that she like goes to Reddit for something.
I'm sure some people go to Reddit. It's a good sounding board to get lots of different opinions.
For
It doesn't
sure.
mean it's factual.
I didn't say it was. That's like Wikipedia. Nobody says Wikipedia is factual, but everybody still goes to it. Anyways, back to what we were going to talk to today. You actually sent me an article, which I almost took offense to it.
Until you read what the actual traits are, and you're like, oh shit, this is a compliment. Wow, good thing I didn't overreact much.
So the article is 7 personality traits of people who walk fast.
Yes.
And if you know me personally, you understand how much it pisses me off when people walk slow in front of me.
Yeah,
Like
that or try going on a walk with you. Where it's supposed to be this leisurely walk, and we walk around the neighborhood and talk and, get to spend quality time with each other. And, I've got to basically, walk sprint to keep up.
For the record, I have a 34-inch inseam.
Okay.
You have
A 30-inch inseam.
I feel like that's being generous.
That's not true. You're ridiculous. Yeah.
So my
And
legs
I like a leisurely walk.
are naturally longer than yours,
Right, but
which
you
is
walk at
why
a
which is
fast
why our sons are tall. You're welcome.
Take a nice stroll around the neighborhood.
I consider my walk to be a moderate pace, and moderate means slow.
Yeah, well, you can consider it. It doesn't mean it's right.
You know who is able to match my walk pace easily?
Who?
Your daughter, Michaela.
Oh, yeah.
She walks at my speed, and I feel like these traits are...
Yeah, let's...
So they say that there's 7 personality traits of people who walk really fast.
Isn't that interesting, though, how, one action can be associated with personality traits? And I do believe it to be true.
Mm-hmm.
There's, some people are fast talkers. Most times their mind's moving, and they talk about, some people who are uberly confident.
Mm-hmm.
Most time that's correlated with ignorance.
Yeah.
Is the more confident you are, normally correlates to the more ignorant you are because you're compensating.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find fast talkers to be lacking self-assurance.
Maybe.
I've done business with a lot of people who talk really fast, and it makes me question what they're saying because they are spitting it at me so fast.
It's less about the fast talking. It's more about people that can't stay on subject.
Yeah.
And they bounce.
Uh-huh.
Like we both were on a Zoom call with someone like that recently.
Yeah.
And I have that, I lose confidence as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you don't answer the question and then you bounce to the next thing and then the next thing and everything's rosy and you just keep bouncing.
Oh.
Right? And
yeah.
then it degrades my trust in that you're actually taking things seriously.
Yes. Yes. I also think
And you're evading. It's just an evasive technique.
I think that's a creative brain though too versus an analytical brain.
Yeah. It's very evasive to me.
Okay. Well, the 7 traits.
Yes.
Goal-oriented.
Okay. Associated with fast walking, I want to get to my place versus enjoying the journey.
I enjoy the journey though, but also I want to get there fast.
Then, yeah, I think those are contradictory.
They're not.
Okay.
Extroverted. I'm questioning this one.
You are very extroverted.
I don't know if that's to be true. I feel like I'm an extroverted introvert.
No, that's me. You are an extrovert.
Getting me out of my house after 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's not an introvert. Like an introvert has a hard time in social settings and they're more introverted. They don't want to be out talking and intermingling. Like when you like being in large rooms and lots of people and you like the mingle. I do the mingle when I have to. I don't like it.
Okay. That's up for debate. Open to experience. Yes. Always.
Yeah.
I will try anything once, to include cocaine.
That's not
just
true.
kidding. I will try anything once. I'm open to any and all experiences. I will say yes before I say no.
Yep.
Unlike my slow walking husband.
Yes.
Time conscious.
Yes, you are incredibly time oriented.
To a fault.
Yeah.
There's no fault in that.
It is too.
There isn't.
Yeah.
I even plan my lateness.
I know.
Like I plan to be late.
I know. And it's a very annoying habit.
What?
Like I plan to be early. I like to be 5-10 minutes early to wherever I need to go. So I have time to relax and be centered and figure out what it is I'm doing next.
So here's the scene. I drop the baby off at 8:50 at preschool.
Okay.
Tennis starts at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know because I want to drop the baby off that I am going to be late.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. Right? Like, I'm planning to be late.
Okay.
And Griff fully expects me to be 3 to 5 minutes late because of drop off. Right? So I feel like there are certain occasions where you can plan to be late and it's fine. And it's like going to an event. Like, we have an event tonight and it's 2 hours long and it starts at 6.
And we'll probably be there around 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
exactly.
planning to not be there on time.
That's different. Fashionably late to a party is correct.
It's time conscious. You do the same thing.
Okay.
Right? So
Certain things.
Assertive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Yep.
Very. I don't mince words.
Yeah.
Almost to a fault. I feel like I'm on some sort of spectrum in that case. Like, if you were to look at like the maybe Asperger spectrum, I could.
I don't know if it's the Asperger spectrum. We should have like an asshole spectrum.
Did you just call me an asshole?
No, I didn't. I just said I think that's probably like Asperger's is for, a certain, type of disability, but I think, we should have an asshole spectrum and then people should be graded on that.
Are you trying to tell me you're going to grade me on the asshole spectrum?
Because I don't think you have Asperger's. So you're on the low end of asshole, but I mean, there is an asshole spectrum. We're all on it somewhere.
I was meeting with a woman, and she's a CEO of this company. And her and I have similar beliefs in that I have a hard time working with certain creatives and certain people who are just very touchy-feely because I am not. Like, I have feelings and they're very well guarded, and I don't like them to get in the way of what I'm doing. And she's of the similar vein. So it's that ability to cry on command.
So that's such a difference between guys and girls. Like, I've only had a handful of experiences in my life where in a work environment I've had people cry. And I've only had one guy cry.
Really?
In my whole work experience.
Okay. Why? Can you elaborate and maybe...
No.
No?
I can elaborate. I mean, it was a very stressful time.
Okay.
And something he was responsible for was falling apart.
Okay.
And he didn't and couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
And it was more emotional driven issue.
Yeah.
It was an issue with the business or what we were doing.
Okay.
And for women in my life that I've had work with, I've had several crying incidents, and most of which are around criticism. When you're trying to correct or to kind of outlay your expectation and how that expectation wasn't met.
Yeah.
Tears are normally like the following.
Okay.
Which that I cannot stand.
No.
I've most of the time, I think 2 of the 3 times I've had that experience, I just sent them home.
Yes. Weaponized crying, I do not like.
Yes, I cannot handle it.
There are some occasions where shit happens and it just bubbles out of your eyeballs, but that is very few and far between.
Yep.
Right? I feel like as an adult, you need to learn how to regulate your emotions. And also, if somebody cries and makes you uncomfortable, we need to figure out why the fuck you're uncomfortable with them crying.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like there's 2 sides of the coin there.
Yeah, and I'm all for like experiencing the feelings you have in the moment you have them.
Yes.
To be in touch with who you are, but
Sure.
It doesn't mean you need to portray it outwardly.
There's a time and place.
Yeah.
There's
you can reflect after the meeting and sit with your feelings.
Yes. So backing up, the 7 traits being goal-oriented, being conscientious, extroverted, open to experience, time conscious, assertive, and health conscious.
Yeah.
I feel like I am extremely health conscious.
Correct. I love how when I sent that article to you, your immediate reaction was negative, and then
It wasn't negative. I gave you a 1-word reaction.
Yeah, which was negative.
It was like, really?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I read it too. Really?
You could envision me saying,
"Oh, 100%." Right? Not like, "Really? Really? This is interesting. Really? Great job." No, it was, "Really?"
No, because you make fun of my fast walking all the time.
Right. I thought it was an interesting, little, put some air in your tires. That was pretty good. Right.
So how do you think these traits show up in founders? You're not a fast walker, but you are a founder.
Right. Yeah. I think I have some of I wouldn't say all those traits are exclusive to fast walkers,
No.
right? So I think you need a balance of everything.
Do you?
Yeah. As just like in a balance of a marriage, you need someone who's willing to take risks, right? And be able to say yes to everything first. And you need to be able to balance that with someone who's going to weigh the risks, to understand the ramifications of the choice, and then be able to go in and have a 360 view of the decision and then say yes.
Mm-hmm. You and I are opposite in a lot of things.
Right.
Right? Like you walk slow, I walk fast.
Correct.
You're risk adverse, I'm risky.
Mm-hmm. You're ebony, I'm ivory.
Yes,
I
dear.
was going with the song.
Yes,
Because,
dear.
yeah, it goes back and forth with all the
Does it?
different things. Yeah.
I actually can't pull that song right now.
Oh, okay.
Because what generation are you?
I'm Gen X, as we've covered in great detail.
My
The
current-
greatest the greatest generation of all time.
My current husband is a Gen X.
Will you stop with that? Your current puppy's gonna get it.
Oh, I forgot he was over there. Hi, baby boy.
Okay.
Okay, so do you
I think it works with parenting too. Like if we both said yes to everything, then yeah, I think our kids would have a hard time regulating what they want versus what they need.
I feel like our girls are right though. You are easier on the boys than you are on them
I don't think
when it
so.
comes to like dating and things
yeah.
that they can do. No, don't say
Because the boys don't even date yet. They're not even close. Like, why would I worry about it now?
your 8-year-old went on a date to the movie.
He went to the movies with me and my friend and his daughter.
Would you let Michaela go
With
to
you,
the movie?
with you and one of your friends, girlfriends,
And her son?
her son, sure. If the four of you sat beside each other in the movie theater, yeah, go for it.
But I don't want to do that.
Exactly. So it's a, as in the Friends episode, it's a moo point. It's a cow's opinion. It's moo.
You lost me.
You haven't seen it.
I haven't. Okay.
Anywho, I'm not easier on the boys.
You are easier on the boys. You're
I don't think
100%
so.
easier on the boys.
And then how come every time, then I get the complaints about how I'm too hard on the boys when it comes to sports and
that's
too negative.
different.
So,
Anyways, okay, we're not getting into this.
yep.
Moving on, because when speed isn't enough.
Because what?
When speed isn't enough.
Wind speed?
When speed isn't enough.
Okay.
iRobot.
Ah, yes. Well, no, I think his speed was their problem.
So what products do iRobot have?
They have a lot of products. I think the commercially.
Have we used?
Yes, we used to have an iRobot.
What did we have?
We had the vacuum.
What was it called? I can't pull the name.
It's the iRobot. It was the
What's
iRobot.
that little circle? The Roomba.
Yeah,
The Roomba.
Roomba. Yeah.
Okay.
We had a Roomba. Remember, we got rid of it because Grace hated it.
No.
She was petrified.
Why did we really get rid of it? What happened? That was horrifying.
I don't remember what happened.
The iRobot went through shit
Oh, did it?
and then drug poop particles
I don't remember that.
all over our floor. Of course you don't.
Grace was petrified of that thing.
The dog was petrified of it. It spread fecal matter all over our house,
Okay,
and we got rid of it.
right. But
Right.
anyway, so they were first to market with that, autonomous robotic vacuum cleaner, and then they followed that up with the autonomous robotic floor washer.
Yes. And what's wrong with the company
And
now?
then, they originally started. There were a bunch of MIT engineers,
Mm-hmm.
and they started to have government contracts, and they were making like robots to defuse bombs and those types of things.
Yeah.
And I think one of their robots was used at 9/11 to help pull apart stuff. So that was kind of
Their claim to fame almost.
yeah, it was their big entry point into the market. And then they developed this commercial grade appliance, the Roomba. And I think, I don't know the entire history, but I think they also decided to start to sunset some of the government contracting and focus on the commercial sector, because obviously the commercial sector is bigger.
Yeah. More upside, obviously.
Yeah, and I think at their peak they were doing like 1.4 billion in sales or something. It was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they fell victim to what a lot of companies fall victim to, is you have a lot of success,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you become a little too risk adverse,
Yeah.
and you stop innovating, you stop spending money in R&D, and you And if you do those things, you don't have new products, you don't have new things to go after the marketplace and the customers with. It's hard to maintain market dominance, which is what a testament to Apple and how they've been able to do it with the smartphone. But you always have these other people that enter the market that compete with your technology and be able to do it at a lower cost because it's easy for them. They have a laser target. Like, I am going to develop autonomous robotic vacuum cleaner, and I've got to look at the benchmarks from Roomba, and I got to beat those and be cheaper.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, right? Because I want to capture their market. I want to go after their market. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do that is to have feature parity, maybe a feature or two they don't have, and be cheaper. And that's what happened. There was lots of companies that came out. A lot of Chinese companies came out to be able to make a very similar robot that performed similarly at a cheaper price. So they were able to capture market share. And I think, probably, I don't know for certain, right? But the CEO of iRobot probably thought that, hey, I've got brand recognition.
Yes.
I've got great product placement. I'm in Bed Bath & Beyond at the time. I'm in Walmart. I'm in these big, brick and mortar institutions.
Yeah.
And I have brand recognition that I'll continue to capture the marketplace. And then, I'll create consumables with like the vacuum bags that you got to buy, or the brushes you got to buy, or this, that, and the other. And that's how I'll incrementally expand market share.
Yeah.
Or expand, how much of the wallet of a consumer I can get. And I think the other companies said, hey, we've got this iRobot. Let's do the iScrubber. Oh, let's put them both together. Let's have one robot that does both washing and vacuuming. Let's do another robot that does, I don't know, pick your poison.
Yeah.
And they kept expanding. And then now you have someone who was a market leader that kind of sat back in this cash cow phase and didn't innovate. And
I think that's also a risk you run when you're first to market.
yeah,
right. You're first to market.
It's look at you and emulate.
Yeah, but then you also put a lot of weight into consumer loyalty. Consumers don't care.
Yeah,
They
brand loyalists. I think people my generation and maybe older used to be, but I think the newer generations do not.
Yeah, they
Like, brand loyalty is not as big a thing.
for sure. If I have 2 lipsticks, I have 20.
Right.
All different brands.
Tell me about it. And I think it's your generation and the latter generations. It's whatever they got sold last.
Yes. Yes.
Right. It's not, that's why I'm still astonished at how Apple's been able to hold on to it. I think it's got to be something with the App Store and the ecosystem that they built.
Or is it just the product itself, right? We've tried
But they haven't innovated.
No, but they nailed it the first time
I know,
with
but
the
you
iPhone.
look at some of these, like flip the tablet phone. Like, there's a lot of innovation that's coming out. So we'll see at these newer generations that are, especially, the price of an iPhone is so expensive that maybe some of these people are going to be less brand loyal because they have to get out of it. And you think about it, like, we're snobs, right? And we're brand loyal. It's like, oh, you're green. Oh, God forbid I text and you're green.
We have that one friend who
Yeah,
refuses.
exactly.
Refuses.
So I think that's interesting that they've created this kind of clique around the blue versus green.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that holds persistence. But yeah, so the iRobot company, they thought they had a lifeline. Like, their sales started declining, and they were publicly traded, and they were gonna go private.
Yes.
In a sale, Amazon was gonna buy them.
Yeah, but it fell through.
But it fell through with the European Union regulations and antitrust and a bunch of other things. They just couldn't get over the hump. And I think the company was betting it all on this acquisition. They took on $200 million in debt, and they were doing all these things to try to get through the acquisition. And then when that fell through, they were left with this mountain of debt and trying to find a way out.
Yeah.
And couldn't find an alternative buyer. And then it became, what do we do? They laid off a bunch of people, and then it became, hey, we're going to have to file Chapter 11. And in that restructuring.
Okay, so let's pause right there, right? Because when the general person hears that a company is filing for bankruptcy, they automatically think that, okay, the company's done, it's going to close down, so on and so forth. But there is a big difference between filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy as a private consumer and filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy as a company.
Correct.
Right? So go into those two, and what are the differences? Like, just high level.
Yeah, I mean, Chapter 11 is something that a lot of companies have gone through. Look at our current president has done it a lot of times and used it as a bargaining chip, as a way to renegotiate your debts.
Yeah.
So it's a way to go in. Chapter 11 kind of freezes your assets, but you get an opportunity. It's not like you're wiped clean. Like a Chapter 7 as a person, you go, it's almost a mea culpa, like, hey, I can't pay my debts.
Yeah.
And then most of your debts, there's a few that would not survive.
Right. Like medical debt,
There's a
student
couple
loan
that
debt.
persist past Chapter 7, but
Mm-hmm.
you would file bankruptcy and then you're kind of forgiven of all your debt.
Yeah.
And in payment for that, you kind of have 7 years where you cannot get debt.
Yes.
Right. So debt is almost impossible for you to get because of your default.
Yeah. Nobody trusts you.
Right. And if you are to get debt, it's at those predatory loan rates.
For sure. Like 30% interest rate on like
more,
a
yeah.
$5,000
Exactly,
loan or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Chapter 11, it's really, hey, I want to pay my debts. The current leverage position is not in my favor. I can't make it work. I don't want to default on these debts. We want to restructure these debts and realign. And then, if you're last on the debt stack, maybe you have some risk. But the people that are prominent on the debt stack are going to get paid back or have the opportunity to renegotiate to continue to get paid.
Yeah.
Unless the recourse of your loan is, hey, I take physical assets that were backing this loan.
Mm-hmm.
So as part of that restructuring, they're trying to renegotiate debt, but this Chinese company is going to buy them.
Okay. So I think
one of their competitors.
Yeah. Yeah. So the FTC blocked the acquisition. Do you know why?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you read that. Right.
No.
They blocked the Amazon merger.
What the FTC did? Or
Yeah.
the
No, the
European
FTC,
Union.
the FTC blocked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. But I think it's the dangers of being a company first to market with only one real product, not innovating anymore, and then banking on the fact that this merger is going to happen and it doesn't.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of variables there to unpack, like the banking on the merger. And I can tell you, have gone through this several times, and any founder that's gone through an acquisition, that due diligence process from start, like, hey, we're going to talk about acquisition, to closing, can be, I'll say on average, for me, mine were 4 months.
Okay.
On average.
That seems fast.
Well, maybe. I mean, due diligence is normally like, 60 days, 90 days, maybe?
Yeah.
And, I think 6 months was the first one because we had CFIUS and we had some other stuff to deal with. But, and yeah, maybe it's longer with the start of the conversation, but I'm saying from the day you get your term sheet
Yes.
to the day you close,
It's about 4
3
months.
months or 4 months.
Yeah.
Right? And in that time, it's obviously due diligence and they're trying to make the best decision they can for purchasing. But at the same time, it's like a blank check for the acquirer.
Yeah.
They're getting to observe operations in granular detail, and they're grading you out on your forecast for that quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, hey, when we started this and I gave you this term sheet, this is what you said the next 3 months are going to be, and I get an open peek into how accurate you are.
Yeah.
And, so
Here's to hoping you can do what you say you're going to do.
right. And it's a stressful time for founders because, one, you're answering the myriad of questions that they have for you.
Yes.
The interviews, the forecasting, the deep dive into every penny and the quality of earnings and all these things. Like they're combing through everything. And you still have to run your business.
Yes.
And you can't tell your customers about it. And you can't tell your employees about it. So you're kind of doing 3 jobs all at once. And you got to hit your numbers.
Yes.
So I can see, like, during that, it's very hard to maintain clarity and to say, all right, what if this doesn't work?
Yeah.
Because you're so vested in it, right? So you may make decisions that are impactful in the short run that help you hit the number.
Yeah.
So that you look good, but long term could have a problem.
For sure.
So I think the acquisition part was one, and then the innovation thing. It's hard when you have a successful product, right? You what do I do next?
Yeah.
And do I continue to, and especially as a publicly traded company, right? I got to maintain profitability. I got to continue to, show revenue growth. I got to show profitability growth, and then sure, some companies get rewarded for massive R&D investments because you could write it off or you get tax advantaged, and you find ways in which it doesn't impact your EBITDA.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a hard one.
So what's the future of the company?
It's going to be devolved into a Chinese company. So it'll be iRobot will be one of the product arms that this company sells.
All right.
or they'll take all the IP and just incorporate it in the other product that they already have.
So that's all she wrote for iRobot.
Maybe. I think the name will probably stay because has some brand awareness.
Of course.
But being an American-owned company by a couple MIT engineers, those days are gone.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to get a shark.
Yes. Or I think Sony has one now. Samsung has, like, everyone has one.
See, that's what I mean. There's nothing novel anymore.
Yeah, it was cutting edge at the time.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting, but it's a good lesson for founders and, how do I, avoid that trap?
Mm-hmm.
How do I continue to innovate? How
You
do I
sell when
stay
you're on
relevant?
top.
Sell when you're on top, but if that's not your choice and you want to run this thing forever, then
Well, you can run it all the way to the scene of the crash.
yeah, how do you continue to innovate?
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. Elon's in the news again.
Yeah, this was an interesting one because this is something I've talked about before. I tend to agree.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, so Elon is saying that money will disappear as AI makes work irrelevant.
Yep. And I think he says a lot of things to provoke response.
Of course.
I'm not sure, but I've talked about this kind of dystopian world that could come of it, right?
So making traditional work obsolete.
Yeah.
Right. That's what he's saying is going to happen.
Right.
But what do you consider traditional work? Like your admin assistant?
Yeah. You think about it now, like, when you started your career, you were doing executive admin type work.
Yeah.
Right. And you were taking meeting minutes and doing those things.
Oh,
right.
Terrible.
Right. That job doesn't exist anymore.
No, it
AI
doesn't.
can do that 100%.
Yeah.
Right. And call center work, AI is getting better. It'll do that 90% tier one. Right. And you start to think about all the other, financial analysts, research analysts, like all these things that people were doing, especially entry level college jobs.
Okay.
Those AI is getting pretty good at. And
Okay.
you think about the leaps that AI is making, and with agentic AI and having it be able to do these autonomous things for you, and
Do you think the power of AI is being overstated?
power of AI is being, I think,
Right. Do you think so? ChatGPT first entered the market
2 years ago.
in November
3 years ago?
of 20. So what? It's 22,
Yeah, so 3 years.
23. Right. November of
Yeah,
2023.
so it's 2 years, and look at the astronomical rise that it has.
Right. But back then they were predicting that AGI would be.
Yeah, I think it's all relative, right? Like you don't know when it's going to happen, but the leaps that are happening
Mm-hmm.
keep happening, and I'll liken it to to keep it on Elon. I bought a Tesla in what? My first
15?
Tesla was 2015,
Yeah.
and it had self-driving.
Can you believe that was 10 years ago?
I know, and it had self-driving, and the self-driving on a highway was okay,
Mediocre at best.
right? But it was so vastly better than it was new. It was nobody else had it,
Yeah.
right? And then it got incrementally better, but not great, a little bit better. And then he scrapped it and went with a whole new internal Tesla run FSD, and then that technology got put in all the other cars, the old one. So everyone had some level of full self-driving, and then, the Tesla got better, and it kept getting better, incrementally better, incrementally better. Oh, I could run on side roads that were lined.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got pretty good at that. And it wasn't great, but it could do okay. And then it's, hey, we can recognize stop signs and red lights, and we'll stop for you. And we'll ding you when it goes green, right? Like, that was cool. It got better.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit better, but every now and again you get that, oh shit, mom, you got to grab the wheel because it did something fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that it kept going and kept going and kept going. And then I would say this year, it drives great.
Does it?
Like, I will put navigation in, like where I'm going. I've drove through the side roads in Arlington, like in a neighborhood, no line, cars on both sides, really not wide enough for two cars to go at once. It drove through there, stopped at every stop sign, made left-hand turns in traffic, crossed the lane,
Yeah.
like did all that, drove all the way back to my house. Perfect. Never had to touch the wheel once. And that's the other part. I don't have to hold the wheel. I don't have to touch it now. Where it
That
used to be
was
you had
the
to keep
most
pressure on the wheel. Like, it will go now.
Frustrating thing. Yeah.
And I think about it and look at those terms, like, he touted full self-driving when he first sold Tesla 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Of, we're going to automate, truck drivers will no longer be needed. These things will drive themselves, right? And I think just now, 10 years later, we're getting to a point where I can believe it. Like,
Yes.
it drives well. We've been in Waymos with driverless cars. Like, that technology is there now.
Yeah.
It's coming. So I think AI is the same path. We got a little ahead of it and someone's got to be the snake oil salesman. Someone's got to be out there prophesizing it, or the investment won't come.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, I think people said some outlandish things and are still saying outlandish things to continue to keep the eye on it and the investment on it, and people seeing this as what it could be.
Yes.
And I think eventually we'll get to what it could be.
Okay. So
Well,
now,
you look at Gemini now. Gemini, the newest version, is so good.
yeah,
So much better.
the two other versions, like Claude, I've been defaulting to Claude and Gemini over ChatGPT just because they're so much better.
Yeah, they're way faster. And Gemini uses Google search. It can get real-time information for you. So it's, from a research perspective, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And like a friend of mine is doing a lot of agentic coding and use Anthropic, and then you're having, AA agents bounce off the different, LLMs, and then using, your own, and you're doing some for cost, some for speed, some for accuracy, and you pick which one's right for what you need.
Yeah.
And it's getting there. It's getting better and better and better. And then the robotics are getting better and better and better. And if you continue to see, even if it's an incremental increase, not this, leapfrog, kind of Moore's law, progression, even if it just incrementally continues to get better, you'll see more and more jobs it can do.
Yes.
Right? So if it can do all these things and it continues to get better and do more jobs, take more away from you, then
what are humans going to do?
Right. And yeah, there'll still need to be humans around, right? Someone's got to
prompt these LLMs
right now, right? Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And someone's got to continue to be the electrician to run power to the data centers, do the plumbing and the cooling. And like, there's still things that have to be done. But I think a lot of these.
Well, we're going to pay more for those things that need to be done.
Yeah. I think a lot of these thought-led jobs may not need to be there.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to go towards more of an industrialized system. But you're going to pay more for those industrial jobs.
Skills. Yeah.
Right? Like we were talking to our contractor who's saying that because of the shortage of framers, you used to be able to get a framer for $20 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's $27 to $30 an hour. And if you don't pay that, they're going to go somewhere else and frame somebody else's house.
Yeah, because they can get the work.
Because they can get the payment.
Yeah. So if you think like that continues, but AI continuing to take jobs, and then it becomes, you have this mass amount of people that have their needs met, and the cost of goods go down because you can have AI do these things faster, more efficient. Your labor costs go down, and could there be a Wall-E future where you don't have to work and everyone's
just the problem I see,
and I do see that happening.
Right? If you look at Wall-E, everybody was fat and miserable.
Right.
Right? So when you get to a world where AI is doing everything for you, humans need a purpose.
Agreed.
So what is that purpose? Right? It can't just be
art, science. Maybe it's art. I don't know.
Right? Like there has this isn't a question of like whether or not.
We need conflict. We need purpose. We need something to believe in. Right?
Yeah.
You have to drive. Why do I get up every day? You have to have something.
You have to have that.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, and I'm sure there's other people who say, "Oh, AI, it's just like cars, right?" And it doomed the horse and buggy system, and it was gonna modify the entire world. Same with the Industrial Revolution. But things changed, new jobs were born, blah, 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 blah. I think this is different.
Yeah.
Like, I do think there'll be some new jobs born, but I don't think the jobs it can replace, there'll be enough jobs created for the ones that it can replace.
No. So I guess that means getting more into hobbies and creating those environments where humans can get together and have a shared purpose.
I agree. I think it's hard, I think the last 50 years or so, humans have gotten, I think in the US, less happy.
Yes.
And why is that? Because everyone's more focused on money and work and individualism and things that don't actually make you happy.
Mm-hmm. Some of the most, I guess I would say some of the most successful people, successful in their own right, they all have hobbies though, right? Like if you look at our friend group, they all have hobbies, whether that's like, I'm going to go visit every vineyard in Europe, or I'm going to go create pickleball games every Sunday, or we're going to do tennis at 2 p.m. every Thursday, right? Like every successful person that we know has some sort of outlet that does not revolve around work. And I think they're all genuinely happy because their needs are taken care of.
Right. But do you think that group is representative of the vast amount of Americans?
No, but I think
Exactly.
we could go towards that, right?
Right.
I think if they're
if you had an AI algorithm and you had credits and it was doing work for you, so you didn't need to work, then if you had hobbies or you had interests or you had things that drove you, passions, then yeah.
So should entrepreneurs be worried or excited about a future with AI?
I think both, right? Both can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
It's how can I leverage AI, like in that scenario, how can I leverage it to make money for me, to help me create what I want to create? How can I leverage it to help me grow the business that I want to do, what I'm passionate about?
Yeah.
I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about getting people together. I'm passionate about building things, whatever. How can I leverage AI to help me do that?
I'm concerned because somebody actually sent me the screenshot of their ChatGPT prompt and the work that it spit out. And the prompt was so simplistic and the output was just useless.
I mean,
my concern is that people are using ChatGPT and it's useless. Right? Like,
is it?
Yes, because the output that they got, like, it had to be completely reworked versus.
Is it a function of ChatGPT or the stupid prompt that they put into it?
It's the prompting, right? And
exactly.
I think
if I asked a Harvard educated, someone with a, Wharton business degree, and I asked them an incredibly stupid business question with incorrect facts, their answer would probably be shitty too.
Yes.
So you can't say, "Oh, the AI, it's useless." No, the answer was what you gave. You question you gave it.
I think my concern is that people are using it in that way.
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, if you look
So
at how much social
educate-
media do you think is AI generated?
Oh my God, I would say like 80% of it now.
Right. If you look at
terrible.
You got Sora that can create amazing videos that you can just, and then you have AI agents, which I'm gonna have it scour the internet, look for trending words. Then I say, okay, take that trending word, create a story narrative to ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives me some sort of stupid story narrative. Take that output, feed it into Sora, generate a video, give it back to me, post it onto Instagram, create some witty comment with ChatGPT about the video, put it in there, give me hashtags that are relevant or top trending hashtags, put that in there, and then post. And that can 100% be automated. Like, you don't have to do anything.
No.
And just have that run on repeat 4 times a day.
Yes. And it's so frustrating because as somebody who creates content, the content that is being engaged with is idiotic. It's almost like you're in that movie with the bunch of morons running around. What is it? Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. I love it.
It's Idiocracy.
That's a prophecy. That's not a movie.
Oh my God. It's terrible. It's terrible. As a consumer who puts a lot of weight into actually human created content, to see all of the AI captions and all of the bullshit that is on social media, like, it is so frustrating.
Yeah. And you just think about, okay, now 10x that, and it's going to be like more and more of that on all these social media platforms. And then you say, okay, the Reddit threads, like, I'll start using, ChatGPT, or these fake people are going to be responding in Reddit threads. And then you have, research, all research being done by AI and then published by AI. So research papers will be created by AI, published by AI. And if I'm a private equity firm, I'm looking to do due diligence, like we talked about earlier. When I get those forecasts and I get the contracts and I get all of that shit, I feed it into LLM and I say, okay, you project out the next 12 months. You project out the EBITDA if I were to do X, Y, or Z. And then, okay, what if we, merge this company with that company? What kind of efficiencies could I get? Like those things, it would probably be really good at answering those questions.
Yeah.
And then, but Yeah.
I think
Is that real? What do you get out of it? I don't know.
we just
Fact
need
check.
to have like a public service announcement pop up on TVs or on TikTok or on Twitter and like, this is the right way to use ChatGPT. This is the right way to use.
But who does that benefit?
I don't know. Me?
No one. Right. So why would they do it?
Because we're wasting valuable resources on stupid fucking products.
Yeah, maybe. I think there was, it was an interesting article too. I sent you from Deloitte CTO about, I guess their research is 93% of the spend in AI is on technology and only 7% of the AI spend is on people.
Ugh.
Which to his point, it's like you're spending all of your money on the ingredients
Yeah.
and none on the chef
Yeah.
or the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like you go to the market and you buy 93% of your, $93 of your 100 you're spending on all of these incredible ingredients to make paella, and then only 7% on someone that knows how to make paella. $7, and then you end up with like just a plate full of rice.
Yeah.
Right, because no one knows they don't know how to put it all together and make it all work.
Yeah.
And I think and obviously he's coming at it from a consultant company, right? Which their whole company is around labor, so of course it's going to be skewed to his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But it's self-serving for him to publish that article. But I think the stat is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's back to that original point. Like, why would they regulate it? You got the people that got the White House's ear right now talking about AI regulation are the ones that don't want it regulated. Or if they do want it regulated, the regulations they want to put in there is to create a moat around themselves so nobody else can get in.
Yeah.
Like,
it's alarming.
You're right.
It's all alarming.
I don't think most governmental regulations are not for the greater good. They're for somebody's good.
I mean, yeah. Pander for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Isn't that how it started? Yes.
Happy Hanukkah.
It is Hanukkah right now.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa's not till after Christmas, right?
Is that true?
I think so.
I know nothing.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm some percentage certain, but now I'm not. I could be totally wrong.
Okay. So I think to wrap all of this up.
Yes.
Assess your own walking speed.
Yeah.
Like if you can go to New York and go with the flow, then you're probably a fast walker.
Yeah, maybe.
If you can go to New York and like everybody's being annoyed with you, you're a slow walker.
Yeah. I think that's pretty interesting.
Right?
Yeah. And look at your own personality traits. Yeah. I'm as I get older and then to 26 now, looking at, all right.
I feel like
how do I lean into instead of trying to change things about me, how do you lean in and, be better at the things you're good at?
Yeah. I think next episode, we need to talk about our 2026 goal.
We should.
That'll be interesting.
We actually have to create those. I'm excited for that.
I know. Like we've got it. They're ruminating.
Yeah.
They're ruminating in our heads. We just need to, we take big sticky papers every year and we write down our goals like travel, business, financial, so on and so forth.
Yep.
So I think we'll dive into that. And
health goals.
Yeah.
Financial goals.
Yeah.
Travel goals.
Mm-hmm.
And personal goals.
Okay. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor. Subscribe, please. Pretty please. We're trying to hit 500.
Pound that subscribe button. Is that how you say it? I just always loved that when just pound that subscribe button. I just wanted to say that once. Finally got to say it.
Do it because George said that.
Yes. And
right?
Feedback on how do you make the audio and how do you make the video better? Is there things you would like to see?
Yeah. Striptease?
Maybe a better backdrop.
Striptease? Oh, hi, baby. Are you awake?
Yeah, he's ready.
Amazing. All right.
This is not OnlyFans.
We're out.
We'll have a separate channel for that. Bye.
Oh, baby boy. Come here. Thank you for tuning in to Married to the Startup. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please take a moment to like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. Your support helps us reach more people and keeps the conversation going. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop me a message. I love hearing from you guys. Until next time.
George, out.